Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my little corner where today we are going to check out a Polygel nail kit by Saviland. I've been looking into Polygel nails for quite a while and in quarantine I decided to go ahead and do it. So this kit comes with a little tool. On one side is a brush and on the other side is a cuticle pusher. I think Polygel nails are absolutely stunning. I was a little nervous to try this out but also very excited. This kit had some of the best reviews and it really has everything you need to do your polygel nails. One of the things I liked most about it was this nail file. I had actually purchased some other nail files off Amazon, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll link all of this in my Amazon storefront under my beauty favorites so it's easy for you guys to purchase. So these are the other ones that I got off of Amazon. But quite honestly, I liked the one that came in the kit more, so I ended up using it a lot more. And then here are two packages of forms. The forms are exactly the same in each bag, but it's nice to have multiple sizes, like multiples of one size. And then this is the slip solution. You don't really get that much, but it was plenty for me to do my nails twice over. So I figured I would sit here and go through all the colors that you get in this kit because it's pretty jam-packed. This was one of my favorites, the diamond silver. It's stunning. It may be the next one that I go for. I like anything with some glitter in it. Next up is the diamond pink and then the starlight feel. This one's really pretty because inside of it are little glitter stars. Next up we have the diamond red. I think this is the one I end up going with. And then we have pink mauve. Really pretty. Looks like bubblegum. And then pink bloom. Also really pretty. And then we have a clear that I got. I think it's called 07. But I wanted to make sure that you guys got to see all the colors. So here is every polygel that you get in the kit. I think they're all stunning and I would wear every single one of them. Then you also get the base coat and the top coat, which you need to apply polygel. And then also inside the box is this little booklet. It kind of goes over all of the different gel options that Saviland has available, some different techniques that you can use, and different products. So I found this was really cool to just kind of keep me busy while I was waiting on my nails to cure. Now I think I'll go ahead and start taking you guys through all the other tools. So here's a horrible pair of nail clippers and a cuticle pusher. I also got this drill from Dollar General. It is very loosely named a drill. It did what I needed it to, and honestly, for the $5-6 I paid for it, not bad at all. I really just needed something because I'm impatient and nail files kind of drive me crazy that would help me get my cuticles cleaned up once I pushed them down. So I was actually honestly impressed with it. I mean, it even came with this bag. So it's really all you gotta do. Give me a bag and some attachments and I'm happy. Next up is the LED lamp that I got for my nails. And I gotta say, this is one of the things that I was the most satisfied with. For the price, it was the strongest nail lamp that I could find. And I had absolutely no issues curing these nails as well as any gel polish that I've also cured since I filmed this video. I'm absolutely floored with how well this works. So I'm linking this in my Amazon storefront too in my beauty favorites. So if you guys are interested, check that out. But like I said, pretty much everything you see me use in this video is linked in my beauty favorites, except for I found a much better nail clipper than what I use in this video. I found one that's actually made for nails, you know. So let's go ahead and get started with my crazy nails. They look horrible. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on this kit here. So I'm going to go ahead and I've already pushed down my cuticles. Now I'm just cleaning up the nail and giving it a nice rough area for the base coat to apply to. And honestly, this is when I realized I had spent my $5 wisely in Dollar General because this really did save me a lot of time. And like I said, I just hate running a nail file over my nails. So I'm going to go ahead and open these forms and start fitting out each and every finger. The trick is to make sure that your form fits from sidewall to sidewall without hanging over. If it's too big, what you can do is kind of file down the sizes, but I found within the two kits, I was able to cover all my nails. So what I did was I just found forms for each and every nail, ended up having to go back into the second kit to get, because two of my nails are about the same size and there's only one of each size in each kit, and I wanted them really set out for me so that I could go ahead and put the polygel in, let them cure, and leave them on until I was ready to take them all off. That honestly worked for me, but it's really whatever works for you. If you want to do one nail at a time, you could do one nail at a time with polygel. So I'm just finishing finding all the right sizes. Once I have found each and every size for all of my little digits, and I'm just going to use the same set on both hands because I'm going to do one hand at a time. That's just, like I said, what I found easiest for me. But I'm going to go ahead and clean up my area and let's get started. So I decided to go ahead and use that diamond red one. I'm going to go ahead and apply the base coat to all of my left hand. So we're going to do, I figured this was the best to show you guys my right hand doing my left hand, because I've got to tell you guys, I'm not coordinated whatsoever. You guys are going to see that several times in this video. This is not a tutorial. This is if you are someone who is not generally good with your hands and you want to do your own nails and you want to try polygel, this is a good video for you, because that's what or who I am. That's exactly who I am. I'm that customer. So I'm just going ahead and putting the base coat on all of my nails. It said to let it cure once you get it on all of your nails. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the nail lamp. It just turned on immediately at 1 minute and 15 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that over to just a 60-second timer. So doesn't really matter if you over cure them, it's not going to hurt. It's giving you like a sticky, tacky area for the polygel to go on. So this little socket cup is what I used to put my slip solution in. It worked for me. I just needed a small container. I didn't have to purchase anything. I already had it. So I'm just putting a little bit of slip solution in there. I wanted to go ahead and like loosen up my brush, so I just got a little solution on it, sat it down, and here we go. I'm so nervous, and you guys are about to see how nervous I am, because we definitely had issues with the first two. First up, there was a bubble, so it didn't quite come out as nicely as I wanted it to, but we made it work. So you just basically dip your brush in the slip solution, and you use that to push down the polygel. It looks easier than it is, because you don't really know how thick to leave it. At this point, after having done it and watching the video, I'm screaming to myself, that's too thin, it's too thin. But I did not realize how this actually sets. It will not set whatsoever by placing it on your finger. It does not start to set until you put it under the lamp. So here's silly little me thinking about press-ons and thinking, oh, if I just hold it, it'll be fine. I'll just hold it hard. Well, really what I'm doing is I'm pushing the polygel out from underneath the form to where there's really not much left on my finger. I finally figure out that I'm going to have to hold it on there as I put it in the nail lamp, and that works. It does work. We eventually end up moving on to another nail and being semi-satisfied with it, but you'll see later on in the video we have some issues. So moving on to the next nail, I try to take what I learned from the last nail and do a little bit better of a job. So I thought, well, maybe I'll put it on the brush and then brush it onto the nail form. I quickly abandoned this because I end up having to go back 2 or 3 times to get more polygel to put in the form. Like, this is exactly where I was like, oh, I definitely didn't get enough. But I figured go ahead and smooth it out and then I would get more. At least that's not going overboard and wasting the polygel. But like watching this, editing this, I can already tell I'm going too thin right there where my nail bed is. It needs to be a little bit thicker if it's going to actually stay and adhere. But that's an afterthought. And what I will say about polygel is the more you do it, the better you get at it. As time went on, I could get a nail done in no time. Like if I had an accident, I hit my nail too hard, it popped off, and I needed to pop another one on, I could do it in absolutely no time. But c'est la vie. Moving on, I go ahead and put the second nail on, and I feel like this time I get it a little bit more, like I understand it a little bit more in the product that I'm using, but I still push down way too hard, like right there. Ugh, if I could go back in time and tell myself not to do that. Because really what you do is you push the polygel up into where your nail bed starts, and it just kind of collects there. But c'est la vie, like I said, you get better with each and every nail that you do when it comes to polygel. So moving on to my third one, and I think this is where I finally start to get it. I put a little bit more polygel in it. I don't thin it out quite as much, and I don't press down quite as hard when I apply it. I feel like this is it. Like I'm finally starting to get it. And I will say there is something kind of relaxing about moving this polygel around and trying to get it just right. Like it's not completely frustrating even when you're first learning, because it's kind of like honing your craft, you know, if you just give yourself some time. But this one, I was like, oh gosh, I got way too much. So I went ahead and made it a really long nail. I figured it was probably better not to have it all glumped up. So I made it nice and long, knowing that I could cut it back later. So once I got that on there, into the lamp we go. And I'm going to let that cure. See, much longer than the other nails, but, you know, again, still learning. So put a little bit less in this one. I'm just trying to, it gets harder. As you get more nails on, the harder this gets. It's just, like I said, it's kind of just relaxing pushing that polygel down. Honestly, watching it right now makes me want to go grab my set and go ahead and pop on another one of the colors, because I haven't gotten to try all of them yet. But anyways, it's absolutely stunning. It is the most beautiful glitter product I've ever put on my nails, which you guys will see here soon, even with all my mistakes. This one was a hard one to hold. I felt very weird trying to hold that one as it went in. Oh yeah, and I knocked that over, but luckily there wasn't enough in there to actually spill out of the container. So now we've got almost my whole first hand done. I'm getting really excited at this point, and we're down to my thumb. So I feel like I definitely have to use a little bit more in the thumb. I do think that the thumb was much, much easier to do, I'm guessing because it's so much bigger. You have more property and it's not so tiny. But yeah, I just tried to really hone my skills, getting a nice layer that wasn't too thin but also not too thick. And I did try not to make this one too long. So I feel like each and every one of my nails on this first hand are all different sizes, and that's okay because, like I said, we are going to cut it down later. When you guys see me cut it down, it is with regular nail files, and I actually purchased the proper tool, so it's on my Amazon storefront. You guys will see that in the next nail video that I do. But it looks stunning, doesn't it? I just love the polygel. It's so gorgeous, very glittery. Once I had cured my thumb, I went ahead and cured all my fingernails for another minute and a half. This was probably most definitely overkill, but I wanted to be safe rather than sorry. So here are all my nails with the forms still on, but I'm curious, let's see how they turned out. So all it takes is a little pinch, and then you lift up on the right side, and then on the left side, and then on the right side, and then eventually it comes off. However, this is not supposed to happen. I mean, that's what happens when you're learning something new, and honestly, I knew that these first two nails were not going to work out for me because I had seen what I had done. I'd gone way too thin on them. So this one at this point is still hanging on, but later on it ends up breaking as well because it's really thin on one side, so we'll fix those. But this one, not too bad. It actually looks like a nail, so I'm pretty proud of that one. We definitely will need to cut it back, but I thought this is the one I did perfect. Not bad. It's nice and thick. It's not too thin. It's not too long. And I thought I did a pretty good job on my thumb as well. But now we have to try and make all of these nails look similar. I knew I was going to have to fix my pinky, and then I find out very, very soon that I'm going to have to fix the finger beside it. So I thought I'd make my job a little easier. Go ahead and cut these down so that I'm not working with giant claws while I'm trying to fix the other two. So I just quickly kind of give them a little choppity chop. And move on to removing my pinky and the finger beside it, like not the actual fingers, but the nails themselves, so that I can start fresh. And I decided, I mean, this is trial and error. You guys are here to see, someone who's not good at nails try and do this. So I went ahead and showed you guys me going back in with the base coat, applying that to those two fingers, getting more polygel for those two fingers, letting those two fingers cure. It didn't really take that long because at this point I've done 5 nails. I'm feeling slightly confident. But I definitely think I did a much, much better job on these two the second time around. And I will say they lasted a lot longer than like that middle finger and the thumb on that hand because I had a little practice under my belt and I did a much better job on this finger and my pinky finger than I had done on the other fingers. I just know that the more I do this, the better I'm going to get at it. And I really liked everything that came in the Saviland kit. It's definitely had everything that I've needed to get started in Polygel and to understand it and practice it. Here I'm like, let me see if sitting my hand on the table and giving myself some stability will do a little bit better because then it can go right in. I definitely feel like you have to have your hand on the nail, like holding the nail slightly on, because otherwise it pops up and it creates a little bubble in between the polygel and your actual nail. Okay, so time to take these forms off and see how we did. I'm actually pretty proud of these two nails. They came out really, really good. I could tell they definitely felt a lot stronger than the previous nails that were on there. They look a lot better, and here you can really see like how stunning this polygel really, really is. But it's time to get back to cutting them down, giving them a little bit more shape. I didn't really do much to the polygels myself because I hate that part, but this little drill did come in handy to kind of thin out the nails up underneath and to help me get a nice smooth surface on those nails. But I decided to go ahead and do my second hand off camera. So boom, here they are, completely done other than the top coat. They're all, shaped out, but you can tell I did not do perfectly. They're not even the same size. Some of them have funky shapes, but I'm still really proud of them because I'm a girl that can't even do this part. I cannot put polish on nails without messing it up. So the fact that I created an artificial nail all by myself blows my mind each and every time I see this. Honestly, I want to go sit in the kitchen right now and put on that Starlight and see what it looks like. But that's basically it. I'm going to let these cure for another minute in the nail lamp once I get all of my nails nicely done. And it does harden. Like, these are very hard, strong nails. Doing my other hand, and boom, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what it was like for me trying polygel for the very first time. It's a little unnerving getting on the camera and showing you guys because I'm not really good with my hands, although I love to be creative. It doesn't always come through in my little digits. So thank you guys so much for watching today. Again, if you liked anything, check out the description box down below. All my links will be there. And other than that, just thank you guys for watching, for being a part of my little corner, and for being my buds. I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, my loves. Bye!